And you already know we the usual suspects, bringing you the hottest topics, the dopest flows. Let's go. Yo, what's up? We back. I'm Loomis Brinks.
What's good? It's your boy Trey B.
And you already know together we make the Southern Flow podcast. Big shouts out to our sponsors, CD5 Films, Just Relax. Shouts out to the art folk out there. Big shouts out to Gum. You know what's your flavor? Take a bite out of life. We always building up. You already know how me and Trey B do. And we gonna get to it. Trey B, what up, man?
What's good, bro? What's good?
We in the building. We in the building.
Again, bro.
Another one.
Back like we never left, man. Back in their face, bro.
It don't stop.
The Southern Flowway, man. You already know what's going on.
For sure, man. So what's hot, man? What we got this season?
Man. Hey.
How we gonna kick this off?
Done been in the media again lately, man.
No,
setting the internet on fire, bro. Hey, it's no limits to it, bro. But this time it's kind of like he getting some backlash, bro. He getting some backlash. If you don't know who we talking about Charleston White, the one and only, man. The one and only Uncle Ruckus, you know, whatever, the Rat Williams, whatever you want to call him.
I feel like he'll see the podcast. He's like, them niggas can't call me. They don't know me like that.
Hey, bro.
We rap,
For sure, man. But yeah, he was in the media this week, man. Matter of fact, you know, his old footage of his trial was released from when he, you know, they went with a group of guys, group of his, you know, colleagues, friends, whatever you want to call them. They went to rob a store in Fort Worth for some starter jackets, and you know, when they, you know, got out the mall, I guess, or whatever, a white male was waiting on him and, you know, tried to stop him from fleeing the scene. And in that case, you know, one of his partners shot and killed the white man, you know, dead on the spot.
So the trial
from that when he was 16 years old, they hit the streets, they hit the internet, set the internet on fire, you know, Unc up there on the stand, you know, pointing them out, you know what I'm saying?
He was pointing at him?
He wasn't pointing at him, but his co-defendant was sitting right there.
Yeah.
So, you know, he telling like, he shot, you know what I'm saying? He shot the gun, he pulled the trigger. Yeah, we went to steal the jacket. But I got to give Aunt some grace because
he told us about that.
He been told us. He been told us about it.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing new. It's just the fact that we see it now.
Yeah.
So it make, you know, it make the naysayers and the non-believers of the Charleston White era just, you know, it set them in the flames, bro.
Does that like attest to like how we do each other in the culture though? Like when we
build you up to tear you down.
Yeah, in his lane, he winning.
For sure.
And so the moment you feel like you can get a one up, like we got you, they take advantage. But this ain't, to me, this wouldn't be the one
up,
simply
bro.
Because he's told you the story.
You know, 1,000,000 times.
He done told you he did. Well, I think initially he was maybe trying to be like protecting, but then his mama like, hey.
Yeah. He said his mom was the one that made him like, hey, this ain't your lifestyle. This ain't you.
Yeah.
Go tell them people what really happened.
Right.
And, you know, like you say, a child that grew up, you know, the right way, gonna always fall back, you know, on their mother's teachings and their mother's word, and that's what he did, man. But
so this is the same thing like Lil Uzi Vert and Gilly the Kid and
man,
all them was on the other young boy about same situation
same
basically.
Thing, yeah, for sure.
His was actually a little bit more innocent than Charleston, because
For
Charleston
sure.
was actually in the mix of that.
Yeah, he was in the act of the shooting.
Y'all stop it out there, man. Come on, man.
I'll say I'm still rich, man. I still got I'm still booked. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still gonna watch me. How would you say y'all still gonna watch me? But it's just funny to see how, like you said, the media builds you up to tear you down. One little slip up, one little slight of evidence they find on you, one little inkling of dirt.
Yeah.
They gonna try.
They trying to get you.
We
found out. We got you.
Yeah, for sure.
Man. And then in that situation, you know, I feel like you do have to still stand strong. Like you can't like, you know, like falter in the sense, because it'll just get him a reason to just trample over you, you know. So you still gotta,
you gotta stand strong, stand on all 10, man.
Yeah. I mean,
you got to.
Ain't no pressure
that
on
was
that.
just funny to see though, bro.
Yeah.
Like you said, they trying,
They trying to find something.
Trying to find something.
They trying to find something.
But you know the Southern Flow podcast, man. We real big on the podcast game. We students of the podcast game, so of course
sure.
we watch Charleston. We watch a lot of podcasts.
We study
man.
Charleston, man. Just to be honest.
Shout out to all the influential, podcasters that's really talking about something
right
on their platform for sure.
I mean, it's an art form
for sure.
About some people who are really willing this thing in an artful way. Like, it's dope to have conversation, and us being art folk, that's something that we're bringing to the forefront. Is art just, paint the canvas, these traditional mediums, or is it things such as conversation, the way that you put your clothes on or the way that you conduct yourselves, all of these things, so that's something that we pose to the culture, to the world, like what is art. And, we in our bag in the art, and we out here creating, designing and all that good stuff.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. But, another thing I seen too, as we continue on, I seen Rick Ross drop some real game this week too on social media. He was just dropping game, to the young cats. You know what I'm saying? He was saying like, how many people? Because it's Rolling Loud going on right now. These like past week, last week, this week, Rolling Loud's been going on. I don't know what city they in. It's either in California, Miami, somewhere where they.
It's in Cali this year.
Cali this year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And he was like, how many artists you seen, say Free Dirt? How many artists got on the stage screaming Free Dirt? You know what I'm saying? Because last year, Dirt was, for the past few years, Dirt been top 5.
Dirt been hot.
He been hot.
Yeah.
He been on fire, bro. But he was just like, how many artists been screaming Free Dirt at Rolling Loud? Basically like, hey, that's a heads up. Like, hey, don't get too comfortable and don't think these people gonna love you when you're gone. That's what I got out of it. Don't think that wave can't never die out. You know what I'm saying? Right. He was saying get your roofing, get your marble flooring license, get your just in your bag, your trading bag, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anything that can make money, get in your bag.
There's other means to get rich.
For sure.
Yeah.
What you took out of that?
Well, first, Ross gonna talk that talk because he looking for anything to get the spotlight.
For sure, he talk that bad talk.
He need Drake.
He talking that bad
man.
talk,
I love Ross, man. One thing about Ross, he's always been teaching like that wealth.
That wealth.
Yeah, like I think that that's dope. People may look at it, the culture may look at it and be like, man, that's BS because he already set financially.
Yeah, financially, yeah.
But nah.
What he know about these, said trades or
right.
businesses.
But he in a sense he does because he's seeing the people who come and work in his house. HVAC.
Roofing, like we said,
man,
flooring.
I can imagine. You think
hey, what was he paying the guy last year to mow his grass? $1 million. He said he done paid for landscaping.
It made him rethink mowing grass. He went and just bought the tractor.
For
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? But I know Ross. I can assume. But I'm gonna assume that he ain't in there changing the light bulb, especially not in the high ceiling. He ain't getting no tall ladders.
He ain't messing with them shutters.
Imagine what that person is getting paid just to come change the light bulb, bro.
My first job was working for a cleaning service. Cleaning services. If you had a business,
clean the house.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Robert Dickens.
Big shout out.
He's a known businessman in the city.
Yeah,
man.
local business.
Sure. Yeah,
he still running.
He got a cleaning business. Man,
Tap
right
in.
in the city.
Tap in.
Hey, they make some money, bro. Make some money, real legal money, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So we are, I think, too, in the middle of like. Some people are lazy.
Yeah.
A lot of people are lazy.
People are lazy.
And what I'm learning, like, in the term, I shared a post today. First, I shared the post because it talked about entrepreneurship just from the lines of like money.
Yeah.
People, risk their money to basically you risk investing your money so that you can buy back your time versus risking your time just to make money. I got it. But, and I think I always tell you this, entrepreneurship is a life sport.
Yeah.
So whether you working a 9 to 5 or whatever it is you're doing, you're still an entrepreneur because you have to manage your own life regardless. Your life is your business.
sure.
So even in your 9 to 5, you making that decision. Am I gonna be subpar? Am I gonna be the best in this job? Am I gonna be strategic? And is this gonna be the all for me, or is this only gonna be the stepping stone to the next level?
Sure.
Only you can prevent forest fires. You know what I'm saying? So just going back to Ross, man, like those jobs are now really open,
for sure.
you know, due to the deportations happening,
sure,
you know what I'm saying? And roofing, like you said, HVAC, flooring, painting, plumbing, you name it.
Yeah.
You know, like we really have to set ourselves up for success.
Yeah.
You know, the opportunities are there, man. And, you know, even aside from those known jobs, man, it be sometimes it's like the weirdest jobs. Yeah, man, I make windows for mailboxes.
Yeah.
Who makes a window for a yeah? How much you make a year, man? I'm a millionaire off of it. First of all, I've never seen a mailbox with a window. But it's that type of stuff happening out there. Yeah, like, but it's just all about your willingness to put forth the effort.
I think it's more too. We got to keep, you know, beating the horse, beat the dead. As people say, beating the dead horse. But you know, we got to keep knocking on the door with the young folks, letting them know about this, bro.
Yeah,
because a lot of times they don't know. They got the lack of knowledge of not knowing about these, trades and businesses. True. But if we just keep knocking on the door, like, hey, you ain't just got to go to college.
That's true.
You ain't just got to go to college. You don't need a degree. You don't need, you know what I'm saying?
And being that you said that, like, I had saw a post, and the lady was just saying, like, let's make it normal that kids don't know exactly what they want to do at 17, 18.
Sure. Let them explore. Get out here in the world.
Really though, like, you know, I want to be a computer engineer.
Yeah.
But like your typical kid has never even been put in the said space in that setting. No, not. Well, yeah, that is a part of the being equipped. That is right. But I'm saying, like, even though I'm smart in math or whatever, like, but if I've never been in a setting to see what a computer engineer actually does.
Yeah, how I know I really want to do this.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, maybe we need to be exposed. Oh, that's all plumbing is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought plumbing was just
I got to go under the house.
Cleaning the toilet. You know, but plumbing does coincide with, like, an electrician too, right?
Yeah,
they coincide in a way.
It's all, man, don't get me the line, though.
I got you.
I know it's
deeper,
but I
like
just
you
know
say. Sometimes
it's deeper than cleaning the toilet, like you say.
Right.
It's deeper than that.
But,
for sure.
But we just saying that to say that sometimes, or all the times, sometimes these kids need just the exposure to said trades or professions. Now I can really judge or make a sound decision on, okay, maybe I do want to be a teacher now because I see what it look like on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope, man. Shouts out to Ross just for continuing to push the inspiration, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, one time for Ross on that. But yeah, bro, I think that's dope. And you know, so we push that. We support Ross. We support Ross.
Yeah, big heavy on the rose.
Yeah, heavy on the rose.
Rose, you know what I'm saying? Heavy on the rose.
Rose, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Also in the news this week, it's you know another you know we going to still on the hip hop tip a little bit because he played a Notorious B.I.G. in the film Notorious.
Okay.
I think his name is, if I'm not mistaken, Jason Willard or James Willis.
It was Jason Willard.
Something
yeah.
like that. If we mess his name up, like you said,
we'll get it right. Y'all know he played the Notorious B.I.G.
Facts. Notorious B.I.G. He played him.
In the latest Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, the 2008, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Oh, it's only been one Notorious movie, right?
That's it.
Yeah, okay. It's been a couple Tupac movies.
We ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, he played Notorious in the film. We all know him. He also a Tubi star, but he been in the media lately too this week. He was in there for he done had the sisters in a little uproar. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't talking about relationships and stuff, is
he? It wasn't really on a relationship tip, but he was like on the lines of his experience with, you know, foreign non-American black women has he's received more king treatment outside of, you know, his own race, meaning American black. That's what he was. That's how he put it.
Like, he was saying this?
Yeah, he was on camera saying, you know, he was in a room full of women saying this though.
He was with some what women?
He was with some American blacks. They was trying to give him grace though. They gave him grace and let him explain himself.
Yeah.
But,
Oh
you
my
know, he
God.
was along the lines of just saying like,
y'all go check that out.
just saying like, you know, his experience with, you know, foreign women, they you know, catered to him more. He didn't need to, you know, prove himself or buy the bags or take them, you know, to these fancy restaurants for them to, you know, give him that king treatment.
Right.
He was already given, you know, the treatment, you know, off bat out the gate, so to speak. They, you know, they treated him, they made him feel like a man, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, without any actions, I guess.
Yeah.
I would put it like that. But with the American black, he had to prove
hard
himself.
time.
They wanted, you know, the top of the, you know what I'm saying? They know he got some money. He got that bag too.
Wow, that is wild. He's
So-
saying this amongst the sisterhood.
A sisterhood, bro. They gave him a lot of grace though. Shout out
Yeah.
to them sisters.
They
for
didn't
giving
go in
grace.
on it.
They didn't go in.
Okay.
on it, so.
They
But
kept
Do
it.
you how you feel about that narrative though he pushing?
Man, maybe I'm gonna to each his own.
Yeah.
And then too, it's like the melanated woman has been attacked more than any other woman.
Do you
like
feel like they've been through more than any other race?
Yeah,
of women?
I feel like the black queen, and y'all know I don't like to really use like black because we ain't black. We just some beautiful brown skin, chocolatey skin people. You know what I'm saying? Melanated people. But we indigenous to the world, not just certain sectors, right? Yeah. but I do believe that these women have faced more, almost more than the men in a way. Yeah. Because again, and like we said before, like a nation is only strong as its woman, as its women. Yeah. And so, you know, if you look at the culture now and you say it's a mess, look at the women. For sure. Or at least the women that are being pushed.
The women and the kids.
The women, look what's being pushed in our face. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of true in a way because sometimes these women are like, where are you? You only can go off what you see. Yeah. In a lot of our households, we you know, we come from a era of where marriage was king. Yeah. To now it's non-existent. Yeah. Or non-existent in a way of not.
The fact of the numbers compared to others.
Right. Yeah. And it's not, marriage isn't a thing that
it ain't a goal. It ain't on the top of the.
It ain't no priority. It's
yeah.
not a priority. Yeah. And so when it comes to just relationships in general, because I'm not going to just blame it specifically on the woman. Yeah. It takes the man to, you know, lead. Yeah. And there's some things that we still got to learn. And then we got to be like open and willing to learn. Facts. To be able to teach our women. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And then the women have to be open to learn, to receive.
You got to receive it.
And nurture. Yeah. And grow. You know, like, man, it's hard to deal with a woman and she's not open to your philosophy as the man. Like, now I can see if I'm obviously, you know, sending you on your way. Yeah. Not sending you. I can see if I'm obviously leading us astray. But if you see that
you know, we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
We headed that. We might not be moving as fast as you want, but we're going that way.
Nurture my ideas. Sure. Let's grow together. Let's build together. Let's not chatty patty talk so much. We ain't got to talk so much about like business, but again, our life is our business. Sure. So we need to be constantly building on the business plan. Sure, you know what I'm saying? So, but just in short though, I think it's like a catch-22 on that. Yeah. Like he right in a way, but then like he wrong in a way. Yeah, for sure. Cause it's almost like that's the easy way out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, but like I said, to each his own. Sometimes people don't have that tolerance. People don't have that patience to where they want to
go for what you know.
Go for what you know.
Go for what you know,
for
bro.
what you know.
We got another one too that's been in the media lately. You know, he about up there with Charleston, man. Everybody's favorite uncle. You know, Dr. Umar Johnson. You know,
Yeah.
he been in the media. You know, with the same kind of, I say along the lines of dealing with black women. You know, black American women. You know, his daughter came forward saying, you know, basically calling him a deadbeat in a sense, saying he was never there. He's never been present. It was an issue with the child support. He been preaching this black empowerment, but you know what I'm saying, he ain't really been standing on business. Just to put it like that, with the family, with his kids. Cause I ain't know that shocked me. Dr. Umar, baby daddy, man. That was kind of
like multiple or just
multiple. He got like two or three baby mamas. You know, just look into it. Just don't quote me on it, but just look. I would have never thought. I didn't think he had no kids. The way
I'm gonna tell you one thing that,
and that's what scared me. I ain't mean to cut your bill, but that's what scared me about a lot of cats when they do have kids, but you never know. Like you never spoke on this. Like you do all this.
You should have brought that. You should have. And granted, I give him grace only because he's been going on a tangent for so long.
Yeah. We don't know. We might have got lost into it.
Maybe he has spoken about it. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing Dr. Umar for a long time, and I've never seen a clip where he talking about his kids.
Nah, me neither, bro.
Maybe he said I have kids. Maybe.
That's what was scary about it. I was like, oh, this is.
And then too, you know, society only. Okay, it's crazy. That's crazy because society attempts to sell you on monogamy.
Yeah.
But then on the other side of it, it's like marriage. It's like it's almost knocking marriage at the same time.
So.
And then now we're in an age where people are talking a lot about polygamy. Some people say polygamy or polygamy.
Yeah.
Multiple wives.
Women,
Because obviously it's another term for it too. But yeah, they know what I'm saying. Poly relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's like a big thing that's
coming along.
That's coming. Yeah, that's people talking about. So. And that's not to say that that's right or wrong, because you do see other cultures that practice that. And this goes back into ancient times, biblical times, whatever time. So you could say it's a preference.
Yeah.
So is it wrong that a person is a baby daddy? Now, on the politics of things, people are trying to use that as ammunition towards said person. Like, oh, who are you to say anything? You a baby daddy. You a deadbeat.
Sure.
You ain't even dealing with your kids. Now, the dealing with the kids part, that's something that we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But as far as just like the multiple baby mama thing, I don't know. That's something that's just kind of in the air.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is it a bad thing? Is it that's just something that's up for discussion. You know, that's to each person's preference of things. Like,
and I feel like it all ties back into like you were saying about Charleston, like. As much as you stay in the media, people are gonna find ways to, you know what I'm saying, attack you or to
they'll weaponize what you say.
For sure, man.
Yeah. What you do.
It's no hiding in this game, bro.
At all.
There's no hiding in it, bro.
I mean, we learned that on the surface too. Not even on from an influential point of view, but just like common folk, like you learn like.
And you'll just see you'll see it right here in the city, man. These people, we got, you know, local people, you know, that turns out to be not who they say they are. Just living amongst us, like you say.
Basically you learn that, bro. You can't. That's why you have to focus on you, because you can't make a person happy.
So social media, like you know how the saying goes. Social media, everybody shows their highlights. Nobody shows, you know. Hey, these my last $2.
Yeah,
my light bill due, and I don't know how I'm gonna pay them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but they gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? When they up, they show their highlights, man. They don't show, you know, the bad days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When they suffering, you know, when they. Cause everybody goes through, you know, struggles, man. There ain't nobody on this earth.
Yeah, and a struggle doesn't always have to equate to like money.
For sure. It could be mental.
It could be a mental struggle.
bro.
It could be a relationship struggle. It could be a job struggle. And even the job is paying good,
Yeah,
it's still a struggle. Yeah, you ain't happy there.
Bro.
So it's all sorts of struggles. But yeah, like you
I seen a quote that said, man, what is life to pull up in your dream car, but you're not at your dream job? Like you hate going to work, but you got the car you want, but you hate your job.
Right.
Is that really living?
That's nice. I like that quote.
Is that living, bro? Like,
yeah.
It's just, little stuff like that just to think about, put on people's brain, man.
It's like society gears you to where you like, I gotta have this, I gotta have this, I gotta have all of these things. Like, I'm really coming to a space in life where I could live really minimalistic.
Yeah.
Have the appropriate space, because you got the kid, wife, kids.
For sure.
Everybody need the appropriate space. But then when you got them young ones, you don't necessarily need so much big space.
Yep.
You just need intentional space.
Right.
Yeah, they need their corner where they can go and play.
Yeah.
But man, I'm even learning too. The kids don't need all them toys.
They don't.
Bruh. It's really a distraction.
It is,
That's why they like. I'm gonna share this key that I learned. Like, having a lot of toys, and especially when it's like pieces.
Yeah.
So if it's so many toys, and then like this one toy, like I got it, but all the pieces aren't there. The kids know that, and so it really throw them off.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to play with this because it ain't even.
It's
Yeah,
useless.
yeah, because all the pieces ain't there. Even if it's functioning, a little piece throws it off. But it's overstimulating to have all of those things, man. Like, bro, I'm trying. Like, I think
you just made I don't know how to put this, like a double entendre or just a view on life with that. Like you said, the kids they got the toy, they missing one piece, man. We can apply that to life. You can have the most beautifulest woman or man, or the man of your dreams.
Right.
Or you can have a woman that got everything, but she may just not look.
Right.
And you would drop her. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. We take from a childhood.
Right.
From
right.
From playing with toys, you missing one piece. Now you don't want it no more. That's crazy, bro. You can bring that. You bring those same attributes into your adult life and be like,
yeah,
man, this chick, she got a good job. She ain't no freak. She ain't outside every weekend, but she just don't look. She ain't got that. I don't want her. I drop her. Or you get a man, good man, don't cheat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He just ain't excited.
He ain't excited. He just don't look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He too short. He ain't tall. You know
That's
what I'm
real.
saying? And we take them same.
You think social media,
like you said, I think social media and
has like ushered in that mentality.
Social media, childhood trauma, attributes, and you just put that all in one pot, man.
And I was a therapist. She was just talking about like how we take these diagnostics, right? And we make them our identity, but instead of just using the diagnostic, the analysis of the said symptom or whatever, instead of just looking at it and analyzing it and saying, okay, now I know how to maneuver.
Yeah.
Instead of me doing the work, I'd rather just say, oh man, I got anxiety.
Yeah.
Man, I'm ADHD, man.
Put it on something else.
It's always
talk to another stigma.
Yeah. Nah, put in the work. Yep. Only you can prevent these forest fires. Man. Yeah. But just back to what you were saying in terms of the picking and the choosing, you could be missing out on what's really fulfilling because you like, well, it ain't like this. And I'm saying this from my own, my own ills. Yeah. Cause I like, just as you bringing it to reality in that fashion, like, just cause it didn't have this, like, man, it ain't.
Like you say,
yeah.
You miss out on it.
But I could have made it just as beautiful by not trying to pay attention to just the one little thing that I thought it should have. Fact. It got everything it needed though.
Yep.
You know, so same thing too. You know, we can attest to that with the podcast because we were looking for perfection.
Yeah.
And it halted us for a second. I ain't gonna say a minute. It halted us for a second because we were looking for perfection. And then we finally realized, though, which is what you should do, analyze it.
Yep.
How can we maneuver? Just go in there and do it.
That's it.
Just go in there and do
That's it, bro.
So
that's it, bro. Like you say, bro, you'll miss out. Speaking on missing out, bro, TikTok, you know, been a heavyweight lately in the game, man. With bringing old tracks back that we either miss out on or forget about, man.
Yeah.
You got, you know, Young LA been in the TikTok world lately with the ain't
thinking out. What is that? Me and Jay Money
serving everybody. Hey man,
I want to be with Jay Money serving everybody.
I just want to, you know, this is a Southern Flow podcast, so we always gonna try to touch on something.
Yeah.
Dealing with the South and the music, man. Just appreciating.
And
that
was a whole.
culture.
That was a vibe era, by the way.
Era,
Was Young LA the artist too for Elroy?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, a classic, bro. Another classic.
Futuristic love, while you with it?
Yeah.
Elroy, you.
Hey, that was Fantasia, brother or cousin on the hook. I can't remember.
Oh.
That's why he was singing it like that, bro.
Oh, okay.
Southern classic, bro.
So you saying TikTok put him back in the algorithm?
Yeah. Put him back in the algorithm like we was talking, man. TikTok it's been doing that lately, man. Just bringing back them, you know.
No,
just you know, Southern class. They brought back Mr. Biggs. Mr. Biggs had the challenge with the trial time when everybody was doing the lights with the cell phone and they had the mic hanging from the ceiling, man. He had his shine on TikTok for a while.
That is true. No,
that
is
the Mabu with the you know
the DJ So Def Bass All Stars. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
They run with TikTok. Yeah, the challenge. Yeah, man. Just shout out to, you know, TikTok, man. For
no, that is true.
Because I ain't really a TikTok fan, but I love to see when they, you know, bring stuff like that to the.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I came across a track. Man, I gotta look at this up real fast. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta look this track up. Cause I, you know, just in case you into that hip hop like that, and you might. I didn't even save it into my
Yeah, you ain't lock the track in.
No, cause it was on my YouTube. Here you go. So the group is called Citizen Kane, and the name of the track is Elements of the Mind.
Okay, I gotta go check that out.
And it's like they kind of give you that Nas vibe, what's my guy not coming. Q-Tip, like a Q-Tip.
Okay.
They that classic New York hip hop.
For sure.
But the I found the song on TikTok.
For sure.
And this is a 80s, 90s type track. You know what I'm saying? Bringing it back. TikTok has exposed
we just got to start spinning our records, man, more frequently. Because, man, all the songs we named, they been hits.
Been hits.
They been hits.
But would you agree that the music back then, the 80s, 90s,
in 2000,
early 2000s, that music is still more prevalent.
It just hit different, man.
It's better. Like, it's a couple gems that you can find in the mix.
Yeah, nowadays.
In these times. Yeah. But so far, the music back then still tops.
It hits different.
It still tops. You can find some I don't know what could it be? Is it the frequency or
it's something, bro.
I don't know what it is. Like,
just hits different, bro.
Like what could really be setting it apart like that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you can get caught in the nostalgia because you hear a song and then you think back. But for me, I don't know. It's just something about that old school, them R&B vibes. I know people don't like R. Kelly, but you gotta separate the art from the person, and you gotta give him his due diligence. You know what I'm saying? As we get into this wind down, you know, again, big shouts out to Southern music that has made impact, because the South, you know, has something to say. And first of all, real quick, as I say the South has something to say, big shouts out to the art folk, because we'll be hosting an open mic happening on the 28th of March. And it consists of, you know, art, you know, spoken word, if you want to come perform a song, it's gonna be a total vibe.
Yeah.
But we want you to come say it.
Mm-hmm.
Say it with your chest. Leave it all on the mic. March 28th, come say what you gotta say. Cause the South got something to say.
Sure.
But Alabama specifically has been a cornerstone for a lot of classical music, a lot of great artists, Michael Jackson's, Temptations, James Brown, I want to say Otis Redding, maybe. But I know Ike and Tina, like Dothan specifically. Ike and Tina was coming here regularly. People don't even know that.
Yeah.
So I just want to, just real quick, I just wanted to pay homage to the South on that, man. And, you know, just get ready to close out. You know, was it anything that you wanted to say?
Hey, like I always say, bro, hey, appreciate everybody for rocking with us, tuning in, tapping in with the Southern Flow. We're going to keep putting in your face every time, man. It's Loomis Brinks and your boy Trey B, man. It's just like that, bro.
Just like that. And so we out. We'll see y'all on the next go. Peace.